Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for listening to my presentation today. I would like to presenting about to explain regarding the computer and malicious program. So put let me put my face into the screen. Okay. So let's begin with the presentation. So what I will bring to this presentation is understanding computers and malicious programming. So for the team number one is computers. So what is computers? Computer is an electronic device that processes data. So so in the beginning, the computer is using to compute, to calculate, and to make our work much easier. It is perform input, processing, output, and storage operation. So basic things in the computer is to input, process, and output. But we also add the storage to keep our file stored. So the computer also has the automatic various tasks such as like we use in daily or in accounting, we use like Excel to compute the formula and etc. So what is the component of the computer system? It has three components, three basic components. It is hardware, software, and users, or we can call it brainware. So the hardware is the physical part of the computer. It is like CPU, RAM, SSD, monitor, keyboard, mouse, and etc. And the software, the program that runs on hardware is like Microsoft Word, Google Chrome, and etc. And user is us, the people who operate the computers. The computer hardware will also have three components such as input, output, and storage. So we first begin with the input device. It is like a keyboard, mouse, and yeah, etc. And like that. And the output device like monitor, printer, and etc. And the storage that will keep our data is using such as hard drive, like hard disk drive, SSD, and USB drive or flash drive, we can call it like that. Next, the computer software also have three components such as system software. It's like Windows, the one that we use commonly, and then Mac OS and Linux. It is other operating system that runs on other device and other user can use it also. Second one is the application software. It is like word processors, browser, and games. Word processor is like we use in the daily, like Microsoft Word. And browser is like Google Chrome, Safari, Edge, and etc. And utility, and the third one is utility program. It is not mandatory, but it is somehow it needs in our computer, such as antivirus and disk management tools. Here is the type of the computers. So the supercomputers is high performance machine for complex tasks. Like the one we use, like a laptop. Laptop is considering also a supercomputer, or maybe a computer that runs on the medical. So there's a mainframe also. Mainframe is a large system for book data processing. So it's like a computer that have so many data to be processed in the one time. One is personal computers. It is desktop and laptop. It is the one that we use in common. And the last one is mobile device. It is like smartphones and tablets. It is like our Android phone. It is consider the name is smartphone. So the next one is computer architecture. It is basic computer architecture. First one is CPU, central processing unit. It is a brain of the computer. It is small, but uh, it store our processing in the small device. We call it CPU. Second one is memory, RAM and ROM. RAM is like a, a hardware is to store a temporary processing with to the computer, and ROM is like SSD. It is a uh, permanent storage for the end of the process. That one is I/O system, input output system, for interacting with external device. It is like USB port to connect with our mouse and keyboard, and Bluetooth device, Bluetooth connector to connect our Bluetooth device to the computer. Next, the computer networks. The computer network have three components. This is LAN, WAN, and the internet that connects network globally, or we call it internet. We just call it internet. So the LAN local area network is like we use in the office or the home or some homes. It is in the small group of the internet, the networks. One, what I network is like in on internet, but it is larger. It's like in the country, like the connection for one country inside the country, only inside the country. And if the connection is spread to the globally, we call it internet. So what is the role of computers in daily life? Uh, we have the purpose, the role of computer in daily life. So I explain it in the I explain it only for role. It is like first one is education. It is online learning and research, like we do in the campus, online learning, e-learning. And research is for researching some medicines, posters. Second one is business. It is for automation, accounting, and communication, like we do in the office. Uh, the example is the one we do in the office using Excel, any ERP program that runs the business process. That one is a healthcare. It is for data analytic and diagnostic. The fourth one is entertainment. It's like for the games, movies, and music. For games, like we do, it is like online games and etc. So for movies, we used to watch movie and some like that. Music also the same like we do in the YouTube, we do in Spotify, etc. So what is the advantage of computers? First one is high speed and accuracy. Because the computer have a small processing, but it is very forward to process. So it has high speed and accuracy. So the second one is automation and efficiency. It is to keep our work is doing faster and also efficient. That one is large storage capacity. It is to store our data in more and more storage. Last one is easy communication and access to information. We can easily to access to our data in a very short time. That's why the advantage of using computers. After advantage, there is a limitation of computers. The first one is dependence on electricity and humans. So we cannot use computer if there is no electricity, and also us who operating the computers. Two, lack of creativity or emotion, because computers only use our our tasks. We we told the computer what to do, so there is lack of creativity innovation. Third one is security and privacy issues. Because we use computer and accessing the internet, so we cannot guarantee our security and privacy is keep good. So that is the theme number one for computers. Let's go with the theme number two. It is malicious programs. What is a malicious programs, or we call it malware? So the malicious program is a software designed to harm, exploit, or disrupt system. It is the job is to make our computer is broken or stolen the data, or even taking the money from us. Second one is commonly known as malware. We call it malware or any other malicious such as spyware, worm, and etc. So the malicious program or malware can affect confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So the next one is the type of malware. So we can see there is some of type of the malware. It is virus, worm, Trojan, spyware, hardware, ransomware, and rootkit. All of these is the type of malware. I will explain a little bit about it. So the virus is like a file with some running program that if we click on it, it infect our computer and cause slowness or stolen the data. Worm also is similar to virus, but it is spread among our computer that make our computer is slow. Meanwhile, the Trojan horse is like a legit program, and if we click on it, it is contain malware and can infect our data and also our hardware. Spyware is like the malware is to spy on our activity. If we put the online or in our computers ourselves to spy the data. Hardware is like malware to put the ads inside our computer and make our computer slow. Ransomware is like malicious or the all malware that stolen our data and lock it. And if we want to unlock it, we need to pay the money to get the key and to unlock. Rootkit is the malware to custom our application or make the application is malicious and abnormally used. So the next one is computer virus. This is the more elaborate explanation for virus. The first one is attach itself to legitimate programs. It's like I said before. It is like if we run the execute program that contain virus, the virus will be spread on our computer. The second one is requires human action and human action to spread. Because the virus is depend on us. If we lack of information of the virus will be spread to our computer. The third one is the example. It is like an old virus called Melissa and I love you viruses. Worm. Like I said, worm can replicate in malware that's read automatically and exploit network vulnerabilities. So the example also like configure. The third one is the Trojan horse. Like I said, Trojan horse can appear as legitimate software such as if we download the Microsoft Word and we click and there is the Trojan horse malware. It can create backdoor for attackers and store our data. Example is use Trojan. Malware. Spyware is security gathers information from user like us, like I said before, and often used for identity theft or surveillance. The common spyware that we know is like keyloggers and tracking hardware. Hardware is like display unwanted advertisement. Like I said, the purpose of hardware is to pop up or display any ads that make our computer is slow. Second one is cellular system performance, like I said before, and often bundled with free software. Ransomware encrypt files and demands ransom payment. It is like I said, it stores your data and it locks not only the ransomware owner can unlock it, and we have to pay for it. And ransomware can target businesses and individuals. And the common one and the one that we know is like WannaCry and Pentium. Rootkit is like custom, but explanation is hides malicious activities from the detection tools, allow persistent access to infected system, and difficult to remove when installed. It's like the malware is put permanently in our hardware. So what can we protect against malware? The first one is install and update antivirus software. Like I said in the previous, antivirus is like non-mandatory, but it is commonly we need for the malware, for the prevent the malware or virus. Two, get the operating system and software updated. It is like Windows update and some of the update laptop. The third one is depend on us. It is avoid suspicious downloads or email attachment. We do not. We we must careful if we download the file or open email attachment. And the last one is regularly backup important data. So we can backup the data in our external drive in the cloud, such as Google Drive and OneDrive and etc. That's it for my presentation, and thank you to listen to me. Bye bye.